Mercedes claims that its return to form in the Spanish Grand Prix has given it renewed confidence that it can still compete for the Formula One title this year. Hello, and welcome back to another video from us, in which we are going to discuss if things are going to look better for Mercedes going forward in the season. And then there are problems at Red Bull despite being top of the table in both constructors as well as driver championships. So stick to your screens and watch this video to the end to learn all about what's going on in the world of Formula One. Without further ado, let's get into it. Smiles are back at Team Mercedes finally. Mercedes' performance in Barcelona provides optimism for Monaco. Following a rough start to the 2022 season for Lewis Hamilton and George Russell, a few slew of upgrades introduced last week in Barcelona changed the pace of the W13, allowing them to compete at the front of the driver field. Russell battled the Red Bulls on his way to the podium finish, but it was Hamilton's drive from the back of the grid on lap 1 to finish 5th that truly boosted the German car manufacturer's confidence. Team boss Toto Wolff believes Hamilton's speed indicated that Mercedes has the fastest package overall, and that the team's past winning title form was within reach. They looked like a world championship winning race car that he was driving. And that would not have been possible in the previous races, said Wolff about Hamilton. That reminded me of last year and the years before, when a car is really on the top of its game. When asked if Mercedes now believes it could compete with Ferrari and Red Bull for the championship, Wolff responded, "I've seen a race car today that reminded me of the race cars of previous seasons. When you're 30+ seconds behind the whole field, when you've come all that way to the front and near the podium. That is very encouraging and shows that we've made another step. Can we fight for a world championship? Well, we bet we can. But we just need to have a car that is able to finish first and second. I think that we have reasons to believe that we can get there. If you look at the odds, they're against us. But motor racing is a different ballgame. We've seen today that Ferrari didn't score a lot of points, although they should. We are absolutely pushing flat out in order to bring us back into the game." While the driver's standings, Hamilton sits 64 points behind championship leader Max Verstappen, but Russell is just 36 points behind. Mercedes sits third in the Constructors' Championship with 120 points, 49 behind Ferrari and 75 behind Red Bull. The W13 upgrades, according to Wolff, have not eliminated the gap between the two top teams, but he believes it has been significantly decreased. Okay, let us now discuss the proposing problem that has been haunting Mercedes since the start of the season. Despite a better performance in Barcelona, Mercedes chief strategist James Wolff feels it would be inaccurate to conclude the proposing issue has gone wrong. Despite a big improvement, Mercedes says the proposing issue they've had in prior races may not be completely resolved. Proposing was a big issue for Mercedes in the early rounds of the season. The crisis was so terrible that George Russell warned at Imola that the situation could not be sustained. The team appeared to significantly reduce the bouncing they experienced in Miami during Friday's practice sessions, only to have it return the next day. Their Barcelona upgrade package, on the other hand, proved to give a more permanent repair, contributing to most of their competitive performance of the season thus far. However, Mercedes Racing Strategy Director James Wolff cautioned that it might not be a complete solution to the problem. "We've had one race out of 6 where the car has been well behaved. It was a car that really was a proper racing car for once," he explained in a video released by the team. "However, we have to temper our expectations. It's one track and a track that has suited our car for many years prior to this one. There is a lot for us to understand and learn. I think it would be wrong to say that the proposing issue has disappeared." Wolff mentioned other teams where the issue has come and gone to varying degrees. "You still see it in our competitors, and I'm sure there will be elements of it coming back again as we build on our understanding and the foundations that we laid down in Barcelona. What I can say is we've made a definitive step, a step in our understanding of the deployment of what we put on the track and can build on that, and the same cannot be said about the first 5 races with the car that we had there. The 2 forthcoming street races will determine how well Mercedes has fixed their difficulties." Wolff said, "We've got difficult tracks coming up. We've got Monaco and Baku, which will throw up their own challenges and surprises." Due to power unit issues, Russell and teammate Lewis Hamilton were both forced to slow down in the final laps of the Spanish Grand Prix. In Barcelona, high temperatures caused major overheating concerns for the team, according to Wolff. For now, Mercedes still has a long way to go before they can fight for the championship. Now, let's dive into the problems that Red Bull are facing, especially the drama with Max's car, when his DRS wasn't functioning properly at Barcelona. Max Verstappen emulated his first win in F1 as he won the Spanish Grand Prix. However, the Dutchman's race was not without incident. Verstappen battled with DRS activation throughout the weekend, and it was clear during the race. In Barcelona, the first sign that something was wrong occurred when the DRS failed to open on the pit straight at the start of his second Q3 run. Verstappen first assumed that he lost power, demonstrating how powerful the DRS is. The qualifying mishap compelled Red Bull to work on Verstappen's RB18 ahead of the race. Fortunately for the team, the DRS activation component they modified did not result in a penalty. However, the part replacement was sufficient to resolve the issue, which lasted throughout the race. Following the race, Red Bull's boss offered a possible reason for the issue. He believes the problem sprang from their desire to make the car lighter. Obviously, we're trying to match every gram of performance, and weight also plays a role, explained Horner. Ted Kravitz, a Sky F1 broadcaster, said during his race notebook, "I thought it was interesting that Christian Horner saying on the grid, well, we have been taking weight out of things. Does he mean they have been taking weight out of that DRS actuator, and that then led to his failing? If it did, that's not good. That's a salutary reason. If that's just something they can fix quickly for Monaco, that's fine." After the race, Horner offered further clues. "I think it needs further analysis. Of course, we are chasing every ounce of performance, and when weight is a factor, maybe we've been too ambitious there. But I think we need to understand exactly what the issue is, because we thought we had a fix, and unfortunately it didn't prove to be a reliable fix for the whole of the race." Red Bull confessed at the start of the season that their vehicle was too heavy and that they're attempting to lose kilograms off it in order to keep it under the maximum weight of 798 kilograms. Verstappen has now won all 4 races he has competed in this season, and Charles Leclerc triumphing for Ferrari in the other 2. Horner said when asked if the 24-year-old was now unbeatable, reliability problems aside, "Not at all, because the competitors are very strong, and I think we've had our moments, but every race we've won, bar this one, has been on the absolute limit." Max Verstappen is counting his lucky stars. The spin at the start of the race at turn 4 and the DRS issues could not stop Max from winning the race. However, the Dutchman was frustrated by the DRS activation issue during the race, especially during the stint where he could not pass a slower Mercedes W13 of George Russell. And during the stint behind Russell, we could hear Max on the team radio complain about the DRS, because it would function in one DRS zone but not the other. As a result of this battle, race leader Charles Leclerc had a whopping 20-second advantage. However, an untimely retirement for Ferrari and a brilliant strategy enabled Red Bull to make the most of the Spanish Grand Prix. The Australian constructors have the lead in both championships for now. That brings us to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Share your thoughts with us about how Mercedes is going to perform during the rest of the season in the comments below. Before you leave, please subscribe to our channel, which will help us make a lot new videos for you guys. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our content. See you in the next one soon. Thanks for watching.